If you're brand new to sports betting and you've heard people talking about NFL bets, spreads, parlays, and odds, FanDuel Sportsbook is one of the most popular places where all of that happens in a simple, beginner-friendly way. In this guide, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to bet on NFL games using FanDuel in a way that feels clear, even if you've never placed a single bet before. We'll go step by step from setting up your account, understanding how NFL betting works, and actually placing your first bet during an NFL game. Before anything else, it's important to understand that sports betting is only meant for users who are of legal age in their region, and it should always be treated as entertainment, not a way to make guaranteed money. NFL betting can be exciting, but it involves risk, and the goal is to enjoy the game in a more engaging way rather than expecting consistent profit. Now, let's start from the beginning. FanDuel Sportsbook is an online platform where you can bet on sports like football, basketball, baseball, and more. To begin, you first need to create an account. You'll go to the FanDuel website or download the app on your phone. Once you open it, you'll see options like sign up or register. You'll enter your email, create a password, and provide some personal details, like your date of birth and location. This is important because betting laws vary depending on where you live, and the platform needs to verify that you are eligible to use it. After signing up, the next step is account verification. This usually involves confirming your identity by uploading an ID or providing additional information. Once your account is verified, you'll be able to deposit money. FanDuel supports several payment methods like debit cards, PayPal, online banking, and sometimes even Apple Pay or other local payment options, depending on your region. Once your account has funds, you are officially ready to start betting on NFL games. But before you place any bet, you need to understand the basic types of NFL bets you'll see on FanDuel, because that's where most beginners get confused. The simplest type of bet is called the moneyline bet. This is basically you picking which team will win the game. For example, if the Kansas City Chiefs are playing against the Buffalo Bills, you simply choose the team you believe will win outright. Each team has odds attached to it, and those odds determine how much money you can win if your prediction is correct. Favorites usually have lower payouts, while underdogs pay more because they are considered less likely to win. Another very popular type is the point spread. This is where things get a bit more interesting. Instead of just picking who wins, the sportsbook adds or subtracts points to even the playing field. For example, if the Chiefs are favoured by 6.5 points, that means they need to win the game by more than 6.5 points for your bet to win. If they win by only 3 points, then your bet loses, even though they technically won the game. On the other side, if you bet on the underdog, they can lose the game but still cover the spread if they don't lose by more than the set margin. Then there's the over/under bet, also called the total. This is where you're not picking a team at all. Instead, you are betting on how many total points will be scored in the game by both teams combined. For example, if the over/under is set at 45.5 points, you can bet that the final combined score will be over that number or under it. This type of bet is very popular because it allows you to focus on the flow of the game rather than just which team wins. Once you understand these basics, FanDuel makes the actual betting process very simple. When a game is coming up, you go to the NFL section inside the app. You'll see a list of upcoming games with all the betting options displayed next to each matchup. You can tap on a game and it will expand to show moneyline odds, spreads, totals, and sometimes even special player bets. Player props are another exciting feature you'll see on FanDuel. These are bets based on individual player performance. For example, you might bet on how many passing yards a quarterback will throw for, or whether a wide receiver will score a touchdown. These bets are more detailed and can feel more engaging because you're following specific players instead of just the final score. Now let's go through the actual process of placing a bet, step by step, in a way that you can imagine doing it in real time. First, you open the FanDuel app and navigate to the NFL section. You choose the game you want to bet on. Let's say you select a Sunday matchup between two teams. Once you tap the game, you'll see all available betting markets. You decide what type of bet you want, maybe a simple moneyline bet. You tap on the odds for the team you want to pick, and it automatically gets added to your bet slip. The bet slip is like your shopping cart. It shows your selection, the odds, and how much you can potentially win. At this point, you enter the amount of money you want to risk. FanDuel will immediately show your potential payout. If everything looks good, you confirm the bet. Once confirmed, your bet is officially placed, and all you need to do is wait for the game to finish. If your selected team wins or your condition is met, the winnings are automatically added to your account. If not, the stake is lost. It's that simple, but the strategy behind choosing bets is where things get more interesting. Many beginners make the mistake of betting randomly, without understanding trends or matchups. A more thoughtful approach is to consider team performance, injuries, weather conditions, and recent form. NFL games are heavily influenced by quarterback performance, defensive strength, and even home field advantage. For example, a strong defensive team might make an underbet more attractive because they tend to keep scores low. FanDuel also offers live betting, which allows you to place bets while the game is already happening. This means odds change in real time depending on how the game is going. If a team starts poorly but you believe they will come back, you can place a live bet at adjusted odds. This adds a layer of excitement but also increases risk because the game is constantly shifting. Another important feature on FanDuel is the parlay bet. A parlay allows you to combine multiple bets into one single wager. For example, you could pick 3 different NFL games and predict the winners of all 3. The payout becomes much higher, but the challenge is also greater because if just one pick is wrong, the entire bet loses. This is why parlays are exciting but risky, and beginners should approach them carefully. As you continue using FanDuel, you'll start noticing how odds move and how sportsbooks adjust lines based on betting activity and news. For example, if a star quarterback gets injured before a game, the odds will shift immediately. This is why many experienced bettors pay close attention to news updates before locking in their bets. It's also worth mentioning bankroll management. This simply means deciding how much money you are willing to use for betting and sticking to it. A common beginner mistake is chasing losses or betting too much on one game. A more stable approach is to only risk small portions of your bankroll per bet so that you can stay in the game longer and avoid big losses from a single outcome. FanDuel also provides statistics, expert picks, and game previews directly in the app. These tools are helpful for beginners because they give insight into how teams are performing and what the expectations are for each matchup. While they don't guarantee results, they help you make more informed decisions instead of guessing blindly. As you get more comfortable, you'll start to recognize patterns in NFL betting. Some teams consistently outperform expectations, while others struggle against specific types of opponents. You'll also notice how important timing is when placing bets, because odds can change quickly before kickoff. In the end, betting on NFL games through FanDuel is about combining knowledge, timing, and a bit of intuition. It's not about predicting every game perfectly, but about making smart, informed decisions over time. The more you understand how odds work and how NFL teams perform, the more confident you'll become in placing your bets. So whether you're watching a Sunday game with friends or following a full NFL season, FanDuel gives you a way to stay engaged in every play, every touchdown, and every fourth quarter comeback. Just remember to always stay responsible, keep your expectations realistic, and treat betting as a form of entertainment rather than a source of income. If you approach it the right way, NFL betting on FanDuel can turn every game into a more exciting experience where every moment matters, every score counts, and every decision keeps you fully connected to the action on the field.